Good evening, everyone. So, guys, in the previous session, you saw that we have discussed more about how the connectivity should be there, right? One second. So, if you see this diagram, so what all types of load balancers are there? This is what we have discussed in the last session. Your application load balancer, your network load balancer, your classic load balancer, your gateway load balancer, right? And how each and every component, whether it's auto scaling, a scaling server, or a target group, right? Or your launch configuration is there, your test server will be there, your AMI will be there. Each and everything is going to play an important role for creating your high availability, right? And that is what we are trying to create for our production environment, right? For DR, we need to create the same setup, okay? But high availability is something which you need to create, right, within the region, correct? So DR is something when your entire region is down, then only you can switch it to the disaster recovery region, guys, right? So in both the region, you should have high availability. It's not the case that, okay, fine, I have high availability in my production region, so I should not have the high availability in my DR, right? No, high availability should be in the both the region, right? So that is what. And for this to configure high availability, I told you there are some steps which we need to follow, right? So first you need to create your VPC, right? And then make sure that your auto scaling security group should be same, uh, right? Your auto scaling basically the security group for auto scaling and for the VPC should be same. Your test server, which is nothing but your POC server, will be there through which you are going to create your AMI, right? So that is app 1, app 2 will be there, and then you have to convert this test server into your AMI, which is nothing but image form, right? Basically, we are going to create the image. These are the running instances. From these instances, you are going to create your own my AMI, means your own image, and then you have to launch the configuration. Then you have to configure the target group, then you have to configure the auto scaling. After that only you can configure your load balancer, and then you are going to configure your notification services, then you can configure your monitoring services, then you can do the instance management, and how a global accelerator plays an important role for all these components. That is what we have discussed in the last session, guys, right? So, and basically for I am going to show you for this application load balancer how we can configure the application load balancer, guys. This is very very important. So whenever the load balancer has to communicate, that it's not going to directly communicate to auto scaling, it's going to communicate to this target group, right? Because this target group is having your scaling server, right? And this target group is nothing but this is, and right, so this is basically the path where you have kept your application, correct? And that is what we have discussed in the last session. Like app 1 is there in Linux server, you can try it out with the Windows server also, both is fine, but I am going with the Linux server. Network load balancer you need to configure from your end, okay? And the same setup we should have in our DR site as well, correct? There should not be a slight difference, only the server size will be less. Here we are taking 6, so there you can take less. You are getting my point, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Any doubt? So, guys, in our case, I have told you to create the VPC. Okay. So, guys, I have already terminated the previous setup because of the billing issue and all, because they are going to suspend my account and the bill was coming so high. So, anyways, so in your case, my suggestion is that this VPC is there, right? So, this VP should be, means what? Your prod setup will be there, correct? Prod setup which we have done earlier. So, you need to do in the same setup only. So, the one which we have discussed long back ago, if you remember this diagram, right? So, you have to go with this only, correct? You have to go with this only. So, as of now, so you should have minimum 6 subnet, 2 of them should be public subnet, and 4 of them should be your private subnet. So in your
Right.
private subnet, your application server will be there, your database server will be there, and in public subnet, your load balancer should be there, right? So you have to follow this only. Okay, but since in our case I am going to choose a default VPC in our case, guys. Okay, so whatever the default VPC it is there, so that I am going to choose it over here. Okay, so this is the one criteria, and auto scaling security group should be same. So let's come over here, guys. Okay, so see, by default, we have a VPC. You can see your VPC. So as of now, what I can do here is this is the default VPC. Okay. So I am going to name it as a default only. Okay. For our understanding, we are in Ohio, right? So I have named it as a default VPC. So I'll keep this default VPC, guys. And second thing is that we need to create make auto scaling security group. Okay, should be same. So if you see what is the security group for this one. Right? So let's see what all security groups we have. So there is a default security group. Okay, so I am going to keep the default security group for auto scaling this one. Okay, this one only I am going to keep it. So as of now I have inbound rule. Let's edit this one. I have allowed all the traffic over here. Okay, so let me make it all as of now. So I think it should be all anywhere already. Okay, so no need to do anything, it's already anywhere. Okay, fine. So this is the second criteria. We need to do it now. Let's create the test server. So from where we are creating the test server, guys? So we need to launch the instance first. You see here. So what is the first step we need to do? We need to create a test server. Okay, from your friends, to watch complete video, please join my channel membership. You can see I have 4 levels of my channel membership. So where you guys are going to get bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So friends, in bronze, you should be able to access 20% of the member only video. And if you go with silver membership, then you should be able to access 40% of the member only video. And if you'll go with gold membership, which is most valuable and value for money, my friend, so where you should be able to access 80% of the member only video. And if you wanted to go with a platinum membership, where you should be able to access 100% of the member only video, plus additional you should be able to connect with me for career counseling. You can go for the mock interview. I am going to help you for your resume preparation. I'll provide you the roles and responsibility also as per your experience level, right? At the same time, I am going to refer you for the organization also. These are basically 4 level of membership which is available in my channel. So I'll put the link in the description how to join my channel membership, so you can join the membership to watch member only video, guys. Okay, guys, I'm ending up the session here only. Thank you for staying connected. Let's connect again tomorrow for remaining session of AWS. Till then, just take care of yourself, your loved one. Bye bye and Jai Hind.
Sure, sir. Bye.